This episode of Main Street Moxie is proudly sponsored by Northeast Ford and Elise Harney Real Estate.
Hey, Thorin.
Happy Moxie Monday, Mary.
Happy Moxie Monday. Are you ready to do some unlocking of Connecticut with Lora and Bev?
I am so excited. They are so fun. I first met them many years ago, and I say met in quotation marks because I met them virtually. Then they were unlocking Litchfield, and they have since grown to unlocking all Connecticut. But they have a blog, a website, social media presence, and what they do is they're two best friends who travel and have adventures and you just explore all of Connecticut and beyond and share that with their listeners, viewers, social media followers. And it's just all about fun with them. And I'm so excited to have them on and learn about how this all started and, you know, how they are growing, have grown in the last 7 years since they started it, and just how things have evolved for them. And I think they continue to have fun. And it's evident in all their posts. So I'm super excited just to learn more about them and their business.
Well, that sounds like a great introduction. So let's get to Lora and Bev and unlock Connecticut.
Northeast Ford offers great sales and service, including a no-charge pickup and delivery for any service, even with oil changes. And they offer 2-year unlimited oil changes with any vehicle purchase, new or pre-owned.
Northeast Ford makes buying, selling, or trading in your car super easy. They have charging stations for your electric vehicle and a ready cash now offer and vehicle check on the spot if you wish to sell your vehicle. And they provide help with all the paperwork.
They service 6 counties, and they are located at 182 Route 44 in Millerton, where you can swing by and see Lan and his great sales team.
Or visit them online at www.northeastfordmillerton.com.
Lora and Bev, thanks so much for coming all the way from Connecticut to join us today on Main Street Moxie. How are you guys doing?
Doing good.
Awesome. Thanks for having us.
We're so excited to have you. And the first question we always ask, and we'll ask you as well, is how would you two define Moxie?
Bev?
I would say Moxie is getting up and going and keep going when things are tough. It's drive, it's willpower, it's courage. What else is it, Laura?
Good. I think that what came up for me was like having passion about something and having curiosity about that thing and digging deep and moving through your fears and exploring and creating something with your passion. And I think we're doing that, right, Bev?
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
So that would be my next question. And how have you taken that to create? What would you say? Are you influencers? Is it a website, social media? Like, how would you define unlocking Litchfield? Or I'm sorry, now it's unlocking Connecticut. So I always refer to it as unlocking Litchfield.
That name really stuck. Yeah,
It did. It really did.
That's how we started over 7 years ago, was unlocking Litchfield, and we've grown to become unlocking Connecticut.
We started it because, I mentioned that curiosity. We joke that we're just very nosy and we like to know what's going on with people and businesses in our state. So that's kind of what helped us grow our business. And what are we exactly? I mean, some people call us influencers. I don't know if we don't really consider ourselves
don't love the
that.
word.
No, we say bloggers a lot.
Okay.
We do have a website, but a lot of it is on social media as well. But
well, how did the idea come about? And let me ask you before you answer that or lead into that, how, what's your two background? How did you come about? You've been friends for a long time. And so how did this whole thing evolve with your photography, you're a writer. So how did it all come together?
Yeah. Well, we were friends for maybe a year before we started this.
Okay.
So fairly new friendship, but the kind of friendship that just from the get-go is, it seems like we've been lifetime friends.
Yep.
I was a jazzercise instructor back then. Laura was coming to my classes. we became friends online. I saw on Facebook that she was doing really fun photography things, like going to New York Fashion Week. So I mentioned to her, if you ever want an assistant, I would, love to come help. My job is boring right now. So, so she took me up on it. And we went along on the train to the Fashion Week, and on the train ride home, we were like, Unlocking Litchfield. Well, we didn't come up with the
Connecticut
name
needs
right
something.
away. Yeah.
Rather than just like a newspaper or magazine, it was something a little more fun where we could be silly, but also get the message out about businesses. So I think, so Fashion Week was in February. In April, we had our website up and running, and we had a marketing team, thankfully, that designed our website, did our logo for us, and got all our templates together. So, and then we've just been growing and growing ever since. So 7 years.
Wow. What was kind of the ethos? Or was it just to look at businesses, or because I know you've evolved now, you have food, you have adventure, health, gifting, schmoozing, all these things now. So how did those things evolve from the get-go and through the last 7 years?
I mean, from the beginning, it was more just to explore our own backyard. Laura, you were working in Norwalk at the time and just always going south. My job had me in New Milford all the time. We wanted to get out there. We saw businesses that looked interesting to us and just wanted to get out there and explore together and get to know the owners. Laura loves to take pictures. I love to write, entries about what we've been up to.
It's funny because
how it evolved.
Bev is from Scotland originally. So when she moved to Connecticut, she was mainly staying in like the Litchfield area. And I grew up in Connecticut, but then I moved away to different states and came back. And, it's like, you always go to the same places all the time. Right. You probably do it too. And you want to explore, but sometimes you don't know how to get ideas or where to go. So that's what we were like. We just want to explore our own state and see what's out there. There's so many hidden gems. So that's kind of what started the whole thing. Is Connecticut is so amazing, and there's so many great places that we don't even know about. And to this day, we're still hearing about things that we've never heard of before. So it's really fun exploring and sharing that with our followers.
So it wasn't so much of a leap or a chance you took, like some of our guests have, had to kind of take a leap to start something or go after it. So it was kind of more like your curiosity and just passion for wanting to do and have fun.
Exactly.
Basically, yeah. We've kept our full-time jobs throughout, but this is very much our side hustle. We go out there 2 days a week, and then every evening, every other spare moment, we're working on this.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's a passion.
We have our full-time jobs, but we feel like this is our creative outlet. And then we're also doing something, I think, for our state and businesses by promoting them. So small business is very important to us.
So do they reach out to you to be on your site now, or how did has it evolved to become that?
Definitely.
How's it grown?
When we first started, we were reaching out to some places that we wanted to visit because we needed content. So, and now we get emails from people almost every day requesting either social media promotion or a full feature on our website, which is really exciting. So we love that.
And how has technology changed your business in the last 7 years, as it has changed a lot? Has it made it easier, better, or different challenges? Or
there's the trying to keep up with Instagram and its ever-changing algorithms. I don't think anyone's worked that out yet.
Always changing. I don't know if it's changed so much for us. We're still doing the same things. But one thing that we try to get the word out to people we're featuring is a lot of businesses don't use Instagram, don't use Facebook or social media, all the platforms. And we try to just tell them, like, listen, this is free marketing. You don't have to spend an hour a day on it. If you get a new product in your store, just take a quick picture and post it and talk about it. And so we try to help the businesses we feature who aren't active in social media really utilize the platforms to promote themselves.
So how do you figure out, if you get a lot of cold calls, people coming to you and saying, will you feature? What if you don't want to feature them, or you're not that impressed by their business? Does that happen a lot, or?
No,
it doesn't happen
really.
A lot.
And we're able to do, some checking out before we answer, hopefully.
We've had some that weren't like, we get an email and we're like, well, how do we make that interesting? But we always do. So even if it's kind of like a basic, I don't want to name names, but like if it's just a real business,
the funeral home.
A funeral home,
Haven't done that yet.
do we play corpses to make it fun and interesting?
We would.
You look like you're having on your website, on your social media, a little too much fun. You guys ever fight?
What is too much? Never.
We've never actually had a fight, and I'm knocking on wood that we never will. We've gotten a lot that we have too much fun, but we don't think that's possible, right?
No,
not
at all.
No, I'm being facetious. It's like you're definitely enjoying what the state has to offer.
We really
do. Absolutely. Got to have fun.
So how has it grown from, unlocking Litchfield to Connecticut, and now you have, adventure, you have all your categories that you have on there. And I see that you also had some features at home with folks. How has that evolved for you? And, how did you make those decisions? Was it like really organic? Like, oh, we should add this now, or, oh, I'm interested in this, or this is new. So how did that come about?
I guess it's all been pretty organic. We started with food, fashion, fitness, and fun. Pretty much everything can fall under that category. And then when we changed and kind of slightly rebranded to Unlocking Connecticut, we just made our categories slightly different, but they all kind of go under there somehow.
Yeah,
we've met
schmoozing.
Interesting. Schmoozing is now what we have for meeting celebrities, which is always fun.
Our favorite 80s celebrities.
Yeah.
Those we do reach out to mostly. Yeah, it kind of evolved. And then we were doing at home with where there were interesting people in our area. And we were like, well, how do we fit that in? So we thought we'd make it a little more fun and comfortable for them, where we would go to their house and just do an interview and a photo shoot with them. And it seems to work out really well. People also like to be nosy. So they want to see what's going on inside people's homes and talk to them about their backgrounds. So we really enjoy doing those features.
Yeah, do those also reach out to you, or you kind of know of people, or is it just like word of mouth or happenstance?
Those we kind of reach out to, right, Bev? Or we'll meet someone at an event and be like, oh, would you be interested in an at-home with feature? And no one's said yet, thankfully. So
have you gotten to a point where you would ever see this becoming your job, or you always envision it being the side hustle or the fun part of your work life?
We are very open to the universe. We never say no.
No, we've talked about like different things we would like to do while keeping the blog, like doing some kind of fun travel show, or, just keeping the same style with our silliness with traveling. And, but yeah, we're totally open to whatever happens, and we're happy with it right now.
Yeah, for now this works.
Yeah.
But
so we'll see.
Who knows? Big question mark.
Yep.
Well, the universe has been notified officially through this podcast.
Yes.
Out there.
Well, that kind of leads me to Mary, that kind of leads me to my next question about how do people learn about you? And in the past 7 years, I touched on it earlier, things have changed and grown in the algorithms, like them or not. So how do you get the word out? And, it's a social media presence as well as a blog. So you can't like advertise it, or can you? Like, how do you guys grow that? And if you have Google Analytics, like how has the traffic on your website grown?
What's an amazing tool that we've recently been using, I think that just was rolled out recently, is in Instagram is the collaborator. So whenever we post something, a story, a feature that we've done, we make the business a collaborator with us. So that means it goes on both of our social media pages. So now all these businesses that maybe didn't know about us are seeing it on this business's platform. So then they follow us. So and in reverse as well.
Yeah.
So that's been one thing, technology wise, that's something that we've seen change to help us grow our followers as well.
Just the cross collaboration does the trick. Word of mouth.
Word of
Haven't
mouth.
done any, official advertising, because we basically are advertising ourselves all the time.
Right.
Contests help, tagging other friends to win. We do contests from time to time. So that definitely helps.
Absolutely.
What's your most fun thing about it? What's your favorite thing?
Oh.
I'd say whatever it is, it's being together, it's being in the car, it's talking about what we're about to go do, it's the chat afterwards. It's the whole thing. Our Thursdays and Saturdays are the best.
You know what I really love is that when we do a feature, a business will write to us. For example, someone said, "Hey, you guys, I just wanted to let you know that the first 5 customers I had today were from people who read your article about us." So like it's that rewarding, that feels really good to me. So I enjoy that along with the fun and meeting new people, but it's the rewarding side of it that we're helping to do something for small business.
What surprises or inspires you about the people that you talk to, the business owners? Presumably they're more small business owners than large businesses. So when you come out of there, what are you like, wow, that story or that person, what kinds of things kind of really get to you?
I feel like every time we leave a business, having met the owner, we're always like, wow. We're always
we love
wowed
them.
by them. We love them. Like we fall in love a little bit with everyone we meet. And I guess it's their moxie and their drive that we really, admire. And, the hurdles that they go through to make their business work. And
they always share those stories of, what, during COVID, it was finding employees or having to close their business for a little bit. And so it's definitely, we get a little piece of, oh my God, people can make it through anything really. And these small business owners, I think, work harder than anybody. And it's hearing those stories and how passionate they are. We love it. It's great.
We get goosebumps a lot.
We do. A lot.
You started this 7 years ago. And now you're presumably 7 years older. Has the type of topics or businesses that you're interested kind of shifted with you as you ascend the age continuum?
We're in denial about the age part. Really love restaurants. That hasn't changed. Fashion, boutiques.
I don't think there's anything that some things we wouldn't do, but I don't think it's changed. We're still curious about everything, right, Bev?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to imagine you in your retirement years, in your 70s, unlocking Florida or unlocking
the world.
How it will grow and evolve.
It's a little scary to think that we'll be maybe 80 still doing this, but bless us if we can be doing it.
Exactly.
People are still interested in our crazy antics.
Maybe that's when you'll feature the funeral home.
There you go. Planning.
They have reached out to us to do a varicose veins thing, but we're like, not yet.
Yeah, right.
Not yet.
When we get more, then we'll come and
we'll consider it.
Elise Harney Real Estate is the #1 real estate agency for the tri-state region, and they provide a comprehensive overview of the regional market spanning Litchfield, Dutchess, Columbia, and Berkshire counties.
Elise Harney Real Estate serves 40 unique communities with 35 years of experience. They have a team of knowledgeable real estate professionals to work with you to buy or sell your house.
Their offices are located in Salisbury, Millerton, Norfolk, Falls Village, and Riverton, or you can visit them online at www.harneyrealestate.com. Well, I saw on your website you also have a Beyond Connecticut. How did that come about? Was it just because you're like, oh, we want to go to Italy?
Pretty much.
I think we did go back to Bev's homeland of Scotland.
Yeah. And we went to Iceland at that same time, and we, add that tab.
We did.
More
so
of
we
that
went to
will come.
Scotland, and then we wanted to stop in Iceland. So we reached out to Iceland Air and just to pitch them. And they came back and said, yeah, we'll put you up in this hotel. We'll put you on a tour, go to dinner here. And we were like, oh my God, is this really happening? So they were wonderful to work with, and we love Iceland.
We need more of that. More of that.
Well, I'm from Iceland, so I did notice that on your website. I'm like, they unlocked Iceland. So in 48 hours, what did you unlock there? What did you find that was like blew your
Straight to
socks off.
Reykjavik, right?
Uh-huh.
Yep, we did the Golden Circle
course.
tour.
Okay, yeah.
Tried to follow a map, which was interesting.
Yep, we did a geothermal spa. We didn't do the Blue Lagoon. We did a smaller one. We went to a tomato farm.
Mm-hmm. In a greenhouse.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
They made bread in the sand.
Yeah,
in the
rugbrød.
hot- Yep.
Oh, good. Yeah, because we can't pronounce anything.
Nope.
Lots of letters and vowels, and we just can't consonant.
It's not that hard. Like when we had the volcano, Eyjafjallajökull. What's the
Oh, that
hard
just
thing to say
rolls
that?
off the tongue.
Rolls off your tongue.
I like the one sign you took a picture of that was the definition of words, and I'm like, oh, I hadn't seen that, and I was like, yeah, that works.
Oh, yeah.
It was a really fun time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we also go, outside of our state. So Rhode Island and different place, Massachusetts. And just because a lot of our followers are like, hey, do you know where we could go just to drive for a couple hours for a long weekend? So we were like, we need to explore this to be able to answer them. So we've partnered up with a lot of bed and breakfasts and hotels just to be able to share the experience of where we go. And we love going outside of our state as well. So.
For sure. Our day tripping posts are probably our most popular. So we pick a spot to go to and we'll show you a hotel, we'll show you coffee, shopping, sightseeing.
Culture. Yep. In one town, and we put a Google map at the bottom of the post so people can click and see exactly where we went on this post and give some great ideas.
Easy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the fact that I think it's so cool that the fact that your viewers, suggest things or ask you questions. What are some of the most random things they've asked you about?
They always ask us how we started, and we tell our jazzercise story, but we're like, we really should make up something a little more interesting. I think we should make a different story up every time just for fun.
Yeah, good.
What have
we're always getting restaurant requests, or people are like, we're going out on a date for the first time. Where shall we go? And nothing too crazy.
Okay.
That we can think
of. And are
of.
you like, I'm off duty?
Never.
I'm at the beach.
No, we're never off duty. It's like we finish our day jobs and then at night we edit photos or do the writing. And then on Thursdays and Saturdays we're blogging. So it feels like it's all the time, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, exactly.
So have you become more popular?
We have more followers.
We get asked lots of questions. Up. It's funny because
at a party or something, are people like, get out of my way, I need to talk to Bev and Lora?
It might have happened
we
a couple of
chuckle
times.
When they say, you guys are celebrities. We're like, no, we're not. We're not. But thank you for thinking that, but we're not. It's funny. We do get asked lots of questions. Like if someone finds out we're bloggers, they're constantly asking, where to go, like Bev said. But then if they see our celebrity posts, they'll try to ask questions like, who was the nastiest person, or was anyone rude? And thankfully no one has, but no, those kinds of questions.
But if they were, you'd tell us.
For sure.
Absolutely, we would.
Well, how could they be rude to them, Mary? Look how fun they are.
I know. I'm intrigued by this, having fun and making it part of your livelihood. It's a great way to go. I feel like I do that here, though.
Yeah, we have fun. Yeah.
We do have fun.
Meanwhile, I'm like, let me check my calendar. Am I busy Saturday? Can I tag along?
Right. Oh, there you go.
I think the one thing we have to work on, Thorin, is we had a lot of trouble when we started the podcast of the pictures and us both looking good in one picture.
Yeah.
And you guys have done it.
Over and over again.
But you don't see how many we took to get that one photo. It's like what it looks like on Instagram and what really happened. Like we joke that because we save all the bad pictures and we're like, we should just do a post of these horrible pictures so people see like it doesn't come out like this on the first shot. Ever.
Yeah. All right, that's
especially
encouraging.
With two people. It's like shooting a family. It's like,
oh yeah,
someone's always blinking or got their mouth open. So that happens to just two of us as well.
Okay.
See, Mary, it's not just us.
Nope.
It's not just us.
No.
Because we were going through like photo after photo. We're like, oh, I have a double chin, or I look like my eyes are crossed, or whatever.
There's also Photoshop that we utilize often. So putting that little secret out there.
Yes.
I'm going to take your head from this photo, put it on in this photo.
Have done that. Yes.
It happens. Well, what have been some of your biggest challenges in the last 7 years in creating this and growing this and naturally businesses evolve as times do? Like, how did COVID impact you? Obviously, everything was shut down. You guys are all about going out. So how has time, technology, and global happenings changed your business or not?
I mean, at the beginning of COVID, for the first 6 or so weeks, we weren't going out just like everyone else.
Yeah.
People were sending us pictures and content, and we were putting together posts, recipes.
We did a lot of TikToks where we were just being silly, which we got so many messages from people like, we really appreciate you making us laugh because it's so stressful right now. And so that kept us going with just continually being silly with those videos. So we did a lot of that. And like Bev said, people would send us content, and so we didn't have to go anywhere. We did a lot of food pickups at restaurants to go, and we would shoot us with our masks on, with our bags outside the restaurant, encouraging people to support restaurants still to keep them open. So we were busy throughout. So we're thankful.
And I guess the biggest challenge is just always scheduling everything that
time
we need
management.
to do.
Time management.
So we just, we love our calendars a lot.
Share a Google Calendar. Highly recommend that for any business and their employees. If you need to keep things scheduled, a Google Calendar is perfect.
Yeah.
Keeps you on track.
So how many is it just the two of you that do everything, or do you have, because there are a lot of pictures, just the two of you, do you have a tripod that you set up, or is there another photographer? Like,
we have our tripod and we call him Stan.
Because he's our stand. So it's just us with our stand, a little remote. So one of us is always holding the clicker.
Yeah, exactly.
So we always have to try to hide that little clicker. But it's just us.
That's impressive though.
It's busy, but it's good. We like to have control over content.
It's true. But we are also asking the universe to send us maybe a driver / videographer /
intern,
many things.
Yes.
The right person will come along, we think.
Yep.
So you just believe in karma and putting it out there, and
we
it'll
really
come back
do.
to you.
It works every time.
Absolutely. It really does. We kind of joke that the universe listens because we'll mention something that, we wish we'd blah, blah, blah. And then the next day something happens or a business writes to us, and it's a little freaky, but we embrace it fully.
Yes, we do.
We do.
I'm a believer of that too. So I like to hear that, that it happens for other people too.
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Good vibes.
And what is your wardrobe budget?
Do we give away the secret, Bev?
Give away the secret. Do it.
All right. So, we do get businesses that barter with us for clothing for promotion, which we love that. But we also, I use Rent the Runways for clothes.
And I use Newly, a different rental. So we're constantly, switching out our wardrobe that way without having to buy everything. Yep. And it's great. It's
fabulous
all the time.
Yep.
Oh.
You don't have to do the laundry, so it's nice.
Bonus.
Send them back after you wear them?
Yes. It's like, remember Netflix, you would put the disc back and then send it's just like that. You just get 4 pieces at a time for my
with the red wine stain and everything.
Absolutely. There's insurance covered, so it's great.
Who knew?
And I love that you know that we drink a lot of red wine.
I didn't actually know that, but I'm interested in the one of you being Lora being a sweet tooth and Bev being a savory person.
It's hilarious. It's whenever we're at a restaurant, Bev will be like, I think I want another serving of this. I'm like, no, we have to get dessert. Like we need.
And Laura is a slow eater when it comes to savory. And I'm like, okay, we done yet? And then it comes to dessert. Boom. gone.
I'm done in 2 seconds. It's something, but yeah, we do enjoy wine. And sometimes it's funny. We'll go to a business to do a feature and they'll be like, we have wine for you ladies. We're like, oh no, are we getting a reputation? But thank you. It's healthy. 1 glass is healthy.
Exactly.
It is. So what
great.
time on Saturday should I show up for the wine?
I love it.
9 a.m.
Hey, it's 5:00 somewhere.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
So now I understand more why you need a driver.
Right. Right.
It's indispensable. Universe needs to bring that one on.
Yes. Thank you. Let's all take a moment and put this out there.
Yeah.
So for our listeners who have driving experience, please call Lora and Bev.
Yes. Thank you so
please.
much.
We'll have their email in the show notes.
Thank you.
Excellent.
And Bev, I have to confess, I was getting very excited to have a Scottish accent. Yours seems very subdued.
Very, yeah. But give me
What
a glass
happened?
of wine.
Yes. When she has wine, it comes out.
Or make me angry.
Okay.
No, I moved here, I guess, pretty much when I was 19, 20. The T's are what gives me away. I
She
pronounce my
enunciates.
T's. And then if I say anything funny or unusual, Laura will catch it. And then we'll say it many times. But yeah, it's just softened over the years. People didn't really understand me when I was first here. So yeah, it's survival.
Right.
So-
I get it.
Recently, so Bev enunciates her T's a lot, and she said she was on a work call and someone asked her, what'd they ask you, Bev?
They asked if I had gone to, it was not Montessori, but the other school, because
Waldorf?
there's another one still. What is it? Something like Waldorf. Maybe it was Waldorf. But I guess they all pronounce their T's. And I was like, no, but thank you. I did not go to that school.
I did not go to private school.
And what's your position on men in kilts?
As long as they're handsome, good.
When we went to Scotland and I was doing a kilt count because I wanted to see how many men in kilts I could find. I think it was 32 or something like that. It was
there.
fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to get my husband in a kilt. He's got great legs.
Ooh,
Good.
He needs to get one.
That's
Also
a good Halloween
prerequisite.
costume.
Yeah. Okay. So that's my weird fantasy about my husband.
Jack, if you're listening.
Exactly. So listen to this one.
Oh my God.
It's great.
And do you ever think about living somewhere else?
Besides Florida for the retirement home?
I love it here.
Me too. I love all the seasons. You know, my husband jokes that we're going to move to Florida because he's a huge golfer and he wants to do it year round. But I'm like, no, you can go. I'll be here blogging from my retirement
With
home.
Bev.
Yep, exactly. They understand.
I know. Have no problem visiting anywhere, but I love Connecticut.
I do too.
Yeah.
I just was back in Scotland a couple of weeks ago, and although I love it there, this is my home now.
So what's on the horizon for you guys? Sorry, Mary. What's on the horizon? Do you guys have something coming up for the
our holiday gift guide is a big one.
It's
Yes.
huge.
Soren, listen up.
Okay, I'm listening.
Present.
Yes, it gets bigger and bigger every year. And surprisingly, the post, even though it's holiday gifts all year long, it's one of our top hit posts on our website because people are just always looking for ideas or, but that's coming up. So it takes many, many days for us to go out and shoot all over the state. But it's a good one. We love shooting that.
I was going to say, how do you curate that?
Well, we have a lot of scheduling. Google Docs. We have a list of businesses that we are interested in. And then people are already reaching out this year saying, can I be in it again this year? Or who haven't been in it that saw it last year. So it's, we handpick who's going to be in it, but it's a lot of fun.
And do you find the gifts for each other on there usually?
We
do
often do. Yeah.
Yes.
It's quite handy. Like I'll see Laura navigating towards something and I'm like, okay.
Yep. Yep. It's funny. We do that a lot. Like we'll leave the shoot and then like I'll come home and I'll call the business and say, those earrings that I was looking at, like put those aside. I want to buy those. So it's great for ideas.
So do you end up spending more on these businesses than you make?
Quite
I'm shaking my
often.
head. Yes.
Yes. We're
joke.
doing a post right now about fall fashion. We're going around 10 different boutiques around the state, and pretty much we've bought something everywhere we've gone. So we're doing our bit for the economy.
Good, good, good.
So you practice what you preach.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
I like that. I try to do that too, because it's, it's one thing to talk and help promote, but, to actually buck up and also support, it goes a long way, and they support you.
Absolutely.
So I'm a firm believer in that too, but it's
So
also
are
fun.
we.
You get some great stuff.
Exactly.
Yes,
The best
yes.
stuff.
The best stuff.
And have you found a locally made product or gift that, has really stuck out to you? A local company that is produced in Connecticut?
So
Ooh.
many.
I love Goat Boy soaps.
Yeah.
I do love that.
Litchfield Distillery. We love all of their
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Milk House
Uh,
chocolates and Goshen, like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah.
We love. I had those as my wedding favors because I love them so much. Yeah, there's a whole bunch that we support, and then we always discover, and we're like, oh, I'm only going to use this now, and yeah.
Oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
So this Google Doc schedule, how planned is it? Or are you open to serendipity and you find yourself somewhere and, oh, that's the next post. We're going to bump whatever we had down the road a piece.
Sometimes we'll have a little bit of free time in a day and we'll come upon somewhere and we'll write it down and we'll maybe reach out to them later. But pretty much we are
A month. We're about a month
out,
booked
planned.
out. So yeah, sometimes it's 2 months. But yeah, we always try to squeeze in something. Or if we really want to do something, but we're booked on Thursdays and Saturdays, we'll do after hours after our full-time jobs because we really want to make it happen. Or we try to keep Sundays for our day off with our husbands. But sometimes we'll be like, we can only do this thing on a Sunday and we're going to go do it. So
Yeah.
there's wiggle room.
Do you ever take them with you?
We have.
We have.
Oh, there's hesitation.
Do they like each other?
They
yes,
do.
they really do. The thing is, at least my husband has a shorter attention span. So we'll be at somewhere.
Mine too.
Yeah. And they'll be like, okay, can we go now? We're like,
Yeah.
no.
We're like, no, we have
we're
to take a
working.
million more pictures.
Yes, and you only took one picture of us. We need at least 25 more. So yeah, and they seem to only want to pick and choose what ones they want to go to if it seems really interesting to
Like
them.
car things up
Car
at Lime
things
Rock.
at Lime Rock. We have done that with them, which was fun. But yeah, we're like, no.
Generally, we're kind of, got our blinkers on. We're doing what we're doing. So
Yes.
keep that separate.
Is your demographic of a certain age or gender or
Probably mostly female. Laura, you know
35.
better.
35 to 48 seems to be the top age group. Yes, mainly women. Surprisingly, a lot of our subscribers to our newsletter and followers are from New York because there's so many weekend homes up here that when they come up here, they want to know where to go and what to see. So we're a good resource for them. But yeah, it's there. We have followers all over the world. We look at the analytics and we're like, oh my gosh, from this country and that country. So they must have lived here and moved, or they want to move here. I don't know, but it's pretty interesting, the variety of people and places.
Can you walk us through a typical Thursday or Saturday? What does it look like? You're up at 5 a.m. or how does it look?
I mean, coming up, we are going to be doing our Halloween spread content. I don't know if you've seen our past years, but that keeps getting bigger.
Oh.
We do a week
Every
of
year.
costumes. So every day for a week during Halloween, we post a picture of a different costume.
But with shooting our holiday gift guide, we might be down in the Mystic area or down New Haven area. So we'll book all the businesses in one area. We have about 30 minutes at the max at each place. And then we have our travel time. And then so it's like boom, boom, boom. But there's normally an hour and a half for lunch.
I was going to say that. And usually a coffee stop as a little treat and a pick me up. We do love our fountain drinks, Diet Cokes.
But
Well,
every
as long as
day
we have
is pretty
priorities.
different. Yeah.
Yes. Caffeine.
And what kind of cars do you drive?
I have an
I'm a
Acura.
Mazda.
So just
Reliable, yeah.
Yeah. So
Well,
the universe is you're waiting for the limo or
The car sponsor.
yes.
please, that would be so nice. With a changing room, we always joke because sometimes we have to change in our car.
Yes.
Oh,
So it'd be nice to have like a Sprinter van that's all like tricked out with like a
Perfect.
full length mirror, a little curtain, wardrobe room.
have
That
your
would be-
decal on the side of it, your
Yes,
faces.
see? I
Yeah.
think
Lo-
this would be really
Mhm.
good.
So
Okay.
why are you changing? What's that about?
Sometimes we'll go from shooting all day and then we have to go to an event, but we don't have time to go home and change.
Got it. Okay.
Or we're doing features all day and then we have to do a mini photo shoot for something we're promoting, or, a company sends us sweaters or something and we need to take a quick picture in it. So there's always something that we have to squeeze in.
We've
to promote.
changed in some pretty crazy spots.
Right.
We really have.
Has the nonprofit sector kind of discovered you as, to come to their events or whatever?
Definitely. They really
Yep.
have. We do have nonprofit rates for businesses too, because we are sponsored posts. So we do give a little break for nonprofits. But yeah, they've reached out to help us promote businesses to promote events and attend. That's been keeping us busy too. I think we've turned down a lot, unfortunately, because we just don't have the time or things are on the same night, but we try to do what we can.
Well, I'd see where that would be a lot of value for them to
Yep.
be highlighted and have their cause highlighted.
Yep.
And there's so many great not-for-profits around, and at least in our area, in our Tri-Corner area here, there are so many of them, and they're doing some valuable, things for the community and for people.
Absolutely.
So that's awesome.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yep.
And you're both dog lovers, cat lovers?
Dog.
Okay, so do you cover a lot of pet-related things?
Oh, we're doing
Strut Your Mutt.
Strut Your Mutt
Yes.
with Greenwood's referral counseling in Litchfield County. We are judges. We were judges last year, so about
That's
50
fun.
different dogs were running around in front of us. We were doing commentary. We were voting.
So fun. And they asked us back, which was great. So October 23rd, we'll be judging dogs in costumes and having a great time.
Oh, cute.
Fun.
We love animals.
Yes.
So Mary, you want to ask the last question we normally try to ask?
Yeah, so you ladies are definitely Moxie-filled. You've taken a concept on a train conversation and made it into something spectacular. And so if you had any advice for someone who just wants to move their Moxie needle just a bit, what would you tell them?
I would say don't be afraid. And you don't have to take a giant step. Like you can take baby steps. So like us, we have full-time jobs. We didn't quit everything to do this. And we've proven to ourselves that we can do it. And it just empowers you more, the little steps that you take and the fears that you kind of conquer. That would be my goal. You don't need to take a giant bite. It can be a little taste and just keep moving forward.
Push yourself out of your comfort zone just a little bit at a time.
We're still doing that all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
And then when we're done, we high five and say, we did that. Okay, we can check that off our fear list.
Exactly.
So what's an example of that, of you getting out of your comfort zone? Does it look different for each of you?
Oh, podcasts.
Yeah.
Us?
No, just in general. I mean, I think you're our third now, maybe.
Sounds right.
Third
And
or
the best.
fourth.
And the best?
Well,
The best.
yeah, we don't want to,
All right, I won't push you on that one.
All right, good.
Going on TV was huge.
Oh my gosh. That was really scary. But now it's like, okay, we can do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Frightening.
Okay, good. Well, we're glad that we helped bring you out of your comfort zone today.
Oh, thank you so much,
you.
Mary.
I hope it wasn't too painful.
Not at all. So fun. You ladies are amazing, and it's awesome what you're doing as well. So thank you for having
We
us.
appreciate it. And we will be sure to look at your gift guide for the holidays. And we hope that our listeners do too, because this will be coming up before the holidays. And get some ideas. And Mary might be sending me screenshots with big circles.
Oh, I love it.
Good.
And,
Good.
Right, Mary?
Wait, what did you say? What did you offer me up to do?
I said you'll be scouring their gift guide and sending me screenshots with big circles around
Oh,
it.
yes, of course.
Or
Big
send
hint.
send your screenshots to us, and then we'll send it to the other person and say, Thorin really wanted this, or Mary really wanted that. We can kind of
Yes,
facilitate
we can
that
help.
for you.
Well,
So is that a new service of Unlocking Connecticut to do that?
we might just be onto
We
something.
may be onto
gift
something.
matchmaking.
I love it.
That's really
Ooh,
good.
That's really
Coming
good.
in 2023.
That's right. Yes, no time this year.
You're right.
It's not on the
Thank you,
calendar.
ladies, so much. And we look forward to seeing your posts all over social media and on your website and learning about great things going on in Connecticut.
And
Thank
beyond.
you so much. Yes,
And beyond.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
Bye.
Wow, Thorin, I feel unlocked.
My cheeks hurt from laughing.
Yeah.
But that was so much fun. And I knew that it would probably be, considering, I've seen their posts and their photos, and they're always having such a great time. But it was such an honor to talk to them, get to know Lora and Bev, more on a different level and in person, and to learn about them and their business and what it takes to unlock all of Connecticut.
And you, as a small business owner, probably can appreciate the support of. I mean, they're having fun, obviously.
Obviously, yeah.
But at the base of it is a love and support of the state and the small business owners that make it go.
Well, I like learning from them that was one of the reasons they started this. And it's, that's something that has driven my business. So I really appreciated that and found, a connection with them just for that to, bring to a wider audience, a small business in their area that they like and appreciate or love their products or service. So, I think that's so important. And I love the medium that they're doing it, but all the work that goes into it is something, we just see the end product. And, we talked quite a bit about that in the interview, but we always forget as viewers, and we look at, even on social media, we look at these posts like, oh, they're just having fun. That must be the best job ever. But they're not looking at the hours upon hours of planning and, for them, interviewing photography and Google Docs and calendars and organization that goes into it. Like just the organization factor. I was like, oh my God, because, that's your job, not my job, in our duo. So, that to me was like, oh, that's so much work. And, but their end product is fantastic, but their cause, I'm a firm believer in, and I'm so happy to learn more about that for them and their business.
Yeah, and to promote everything. Well, I mean, I live in Connecticut, you live in New York, but we're neighbors. And going over their website and seeing all the places I haven't gone, I need to take some baby steps and get out there. And you need to look through their upcoming holiday gift guide and figure out what you're getting me for the holidays. Just saying. Well,
Lora and Bev are going to send me your screenshots and advise me. So I'll be looking for that email. So, connect with them about that.
And we also need to remind the universe that they need some things that were mentioned in the podcast, like a driver and an intern. So
in a Sprinter van.
Exactly. So
with
we're hoping
big decal on the side.
Exactly. So anyway, that was a great episode, Unlocking Connecticut with Lora and Bev. And Thorin, till next time.
Bye.
This episode of Main Street Moxie is proudly sponsored by Northeast Ford and Elise Harney Real Estate.